Up next, we are extremely excited to welcome a notable and exceptional speaker. Everyone, please allow me to introduce Mr. Mohamed Issa, the Regional Manager of Chainalysis here in the Middle East, who alongside his team in Dubai are driving trust in blockchains, specializing in technology trends, including cryptocurrency, financial compliance, and blockchain. Here, he is to speak about the architecturing the future. Everyone, please put your hands together in a huge, huge round of applause.
Can you hear me? How are you, lovely people? It's amazingly exceptional to be here in the stage today. It's my third time to be in that stage, and I can confirm the quality of speakers and attendees is just amazing. So thank you for joining us today. Whoever doesn't know me and he doesn't know Chainalysis, we are a blockchain company. We're not a crypto project. I mean, we're not a coin, even though that all of my support for the crypto project, they are our loved customers. But at the same time, we are a company that provides data, analytics, and solution for governments. Lots of my friends, when they hear government, they get weird. What kind of data are you sharing with government? We share kind of data to support you. We're trying to build trust in the blockchain. So customers like API, Interpol, Europol are trying to help us to keep us away from any scammers, any illicit activity related to illicit group or drugs, those kind of activity that will hurt our ecosystem, that will not allow us to get those kind of investment, and at the same time growth that we want. And that's exactly the challenge that we face in different countries, including here, when it's come to banking. So we have a team. We're covering 70 countries. And we have partnership with ADGM, proud to have also with VARA, with the different central banks around the world and the law enforcement. But our own value that we're offering is actually very advanced. 1,500 investigators as we speak. They are analyzing the blockchain and give it that kind of understanding that will help you to build trust in the blockchain. I spoke a lot about the government, but at the same time, we have private sector company. To make it very simple, what we do is we give you the key to the government data. The government, they want you to know that this is coming from this illicit activity, so you don't need to proceed with such an activity. But let's jump to our insight that we prepared only 2 days ago. Anybody can guess which country is #1 in our region in the Middle East when it comes to crypto adoption? Dubai, okay. Any other country? Where? It is. So first of all, it's the Middle East, but let's be very specific. We find most of the transaction coming from the Middle East is coming from Turkey. It's coming from Turkey. Turkey is #1, after that Egypt, in terms of the adoption rate for the citizen. And that's exactly what we hope to see one day here. There are lots of initiatives from the government. We have now VARA, and all the speakers, they spoke before about VARA regulation, ADGM regulation. But still, Turkey is still considered #1. And who can guess the #1 globally? Globally, in terms of crypto adoption. USA, they're actually dropping, which is very weird, right? Because India is #1. Anyone from India today? Guys, imagine what happened. The government tried to stop them by simply putting taxes, but they didn't care. They are #1 in terms of crypto adoption, #2 in Nigeria, which is my point of view, forget about Chainalysis now, is my point of view, is really the core reason for crypto, is to bank the unbanked and give that kind of low fees in transaction. And those guys are utilizing it perfectly. And we will see more and more echo in the Middle East from those companies coming here. And whoever spoke about Turkey, yes, Turkey in the Middle East, they are #1. So let's jump about what's happening here in Dubai. when we spoke a lot about crypto illicit activity, it doesn't mean that we are involved in it directly. I have certain situations with different exchanges that by mistake they're involved in it. They don't have the right tool, they are not trained to understand where this asset's coming from. And in Dubai, you know, we are now not just the hub because we see that in the future. It has always been like that. And we see echo of sanction group coming from Iran, from Russia, from different countries that is coming to Dubai. And with our system, we're trying to educate that yes, even if there is a local regulations is allowing you to interact with different entity, you need to have that full insight. Because let's say, just for example, yes, you're allowed to be interacting with Russia, perfect, but at the same time, you might not be allowed to interact with Putin friends in the sanction list. And that's by mistake you can follow, and the company can easily get sanctioned by OFAC or FATF. And that's what we want to help you with that. So the details of investigation that we're trying to build and trust, it's not just about giving that kind of roughly that's related to sanction or it's related to terrorist group. What is the name of this kind of terrorist group? What is the name of the scam? Because I bet you 50% of the people here who are involved heavily in crypto, way or another, they were involved in kind of scam. So you might get scammed by mistake because you linked your wallet to someone that you didn't interact before. Can that actually echo badly in the branding or not? It does. Like if I ask my mom about it, she will say no. The crypto have a bad image. And that's exactly what we want to change. Excellent. So what you see normally in a blockchain explorer is just a bunch of codes. What we provide is a full understanding about the entity itself and a graph. Including, to make it very simple, is you will just be linking it directly with the transaction, so you don't need to be doing those kind of advanced investigation yourself. But even though if you want to do the investigation and understand the full history of the transaction, we do have the tool can give you that kind of understanding. Any questions so far?
Yeah, hi. I've come over from Europe, and now we've got the MiCA regulations coming in, and travel rule is being implemented over the next year or two. Is there any examples here of where the travel rule will fit into this dashboard?
That's a very good question. So let's little bit explain the overall when it comes even today how the banking system works in traditional bank. If I will go to a request from my account, let's say 200 or 300 or whatever, but I'm talking about a big account, he will ask me, what are you going to do with that amount? I will tell him I will buy a car. Okay, I took the amount. If I'm going to the airport, the custom might stop me. What are you going to do with that amount? The same story happened in front of my eyes just a week ago when a guy have pulled coin and he's traveling out and the custom stopped him. And I was laughing because you can have a crypto wallet and you can have whatever amount and nobody is going to check you in the customs. So yes, that's a big issue when it comes to crypto. So the government, regardless which regulator it is, they want to make sure that it's not related to any illicit activity. So those transactions that we're having, we work directly with also other providers when it's come to the KYC and the travel rule. So those will be implemented so you get an overall about the transaction. First, we will give you the understanding what this asset was used for, if it's clean or it's not clean, and then on top of that with the other partner that we have, he will give you that kind of understanding about the travel rule regulations implemented in it. I can share that with you after. So. Any other questions? Excellent, great. So I'm done, but I still have time for one questions, if any have any. All is clear for you when it comes to the regulation in the UAE, the requirement. Okay. Okay, anyway, I'm here today. If you have any questions, regarding implementing the regulation for ADGM or VARA. What is the requirement when it comes to the AML solution? And how can you help me with that? I will be here to answer any questions. Thank you.